Welcome to Election Time, where we literally count down to the November 1st local government elections. Tonight on Election Time on Prime, we focus on the Mogale City local municipality. The Mogale City Municipal Council consists of 77 members elected by mixed member proportional representation. 39 councillors are elected by first past the post voting in 39 wards, while the remaining 38 are chosen from party lists. In the 2016 local government elections, the ANC won a plurality of 38 seats on the council, but failed to win an overall majority by 1 seat. The municipality's debt with Eskom is in excess of 361 million rand, but it is honouring its payments in terms of the assigned agreement. Now, each candidate will get 2 minutes to make a case on why voters should consider them in the upcoming local government elections. Please note, gentlemen, when the buzzer goes, your time is up. I will then ask you 1 or 2 follow-up questions. Today, we feature the EFF's Tumi, Mulosi, the FF Plus's Tjaart, Steenkamp, the DA's Tyrone Gray, and the ANC's Francis Makgatho. Good evening to you all, and thank you so much for your time this evening. I'm sure you remember the ground rules. You'll have 2 minutes to make your opening statements. You tell the voters why they should choose you come November 1st. Once the 2 minutes is up, you're not done talking, you'll hear me come in there, give the opportunity to another speaker, and then we'll have a conversation, and then we'll get some closing remarks. I'll begin with you, Mr. Steenkamp. Why should the voters choose you?
Good evening, ma'am. Well, the Freedom Front Plus strive towards a political system where Christian values are practiced and noted for principles of justice, truth, neighborliness, respect for life, loyalty, and peaceful coexistence. The Freedom Front Plus will promote moral values in line with these principles. The candidates standing in Mogale City is future-driven and very knowledgeable. We offer solutions and want to build a better future. So we ask the voter to become part of this team if you are serious about your and your children's future. Entrust us with your vote. We will not disappoint. Every vote for the Freedom Front Plus and our candidate is a vote that builds a better future. Thanks.
All right, Ntate Makgatho, why should the voters choose you?
Good evening, Bongi. Firstly, let me greet the viewers at home, especially from Mogale City, but indicate that since 2017, when the ANC took over from the coalition of the DA that was led by the DA, we managed to stabilize the service delivery, meaning that we have provided electricity to most of our informal settlements, which would have been denied the service before. We are continuing to service our roads and storm waters. We also built a sewer plant, which is actually helping the people of Mogale. We are continuing to do the refuse removal on weekly basis as our schedule. We also built the modular libraries, especially in the informal settlements, but we also have the libraries in most of our townships. So we are urging the people of Mogale City to continue to vote for the African National Congress because it has got the social contract of delivering the best and quality service to our people.
All right, you did not use up your 2 minutes. Thank you for that. Tumi, you are laughing as Ntate Makgatho is speaking. Why should the voters choose you?
Thank you very much, Bongiwe, and thank you very much to the viewers at home. As the EFF, we are saying we have been there on the side of the poor and the marginalized, and we are saying the voters must vote for us first, things first. We are saying land and jobs manje. That's our demand, the first and foremost demands of the EFF. So we promised our people that this issue of waiting for an RDP for many years, some of the beneficiaries, they've been waiting for since 1999, 2000. So we are saying we need to now have that issue, the social cohesion, to say our people need to get a piece of land. And we are saying once we get into the municipality, we are going to get rid of the tender system, because in the municipalities, even to do maintenance, it's outsourced, just to change a globe. And we are saying even the IT will be part of the municipality, the security will be insourced, the gardeners will be insourced, all those issues. And we are saying, as the EFF, the 32% unemployment that is happening in Mogale City, we are going to address that, because the youth, majority of our youth, they are in the streets and they don't have anything to do. So we want to say we are going to make sure that we target ward by ward, so that the youth can have projects that are sustainable, like agricultural projects. Our youth, they are skillful, they know what they want, and they've got business mindset. So we're going to give them opportunity as the EFF to say, what is it that you are good at? And then as the EFF, you come and say, this is what you are going to provide. And women and children, we are going to...
Unfortunately, your time is up. Let's move then to you. Tyrone, why should the voters choose you?
Good evening, Bongiwe, and greetings to the viewers. So I managed to craft this manifesto with the inputs of the residents. This document that I have in front of me is personalized and localized directly to the needs of the residents of Mogale City. Indeed, it's not a document we crafted on an ivory tower and just flout onto the community. It's a document that the community's inputs are factored in. It's basically a summary of their dreams, their aspirations, and their needs. Overall, we are offering 7 core offerings for our manifesto. So the first 4 focus on the basics, getting the basics right, such as clean water, safe environment, a hygienic environment, and safe public spaces. Then we go to world-class public transport. We go to being tough on the causes of crime. We go to revitalizing the local economy, and then we embark on collaborative housing. As we know, housing falls under the competency of provincial and national government in Schedule 4 of the Constitution. So the role that a municipality must play is a supportive role whereby the bulk infrastructure and the land availability, etc., is done, as well as all the township proclamations and planning and adequate capacitation of our water reticulation network, electrical distribution network, the wastewater treatment plants, etc., everything, so that province, as well as private partnerships, are able to come in and overlay the top structures. Then good health, because a healthy body is a healthy mind. And then also good governance, so ensuring that anti-corruption units are set up and that the supply chain is transparentized for the benefit of the people of Mogale City. Also, we are the only party that's actually able to root out the corruption and introduce good, clean, honest, accountable government. Thank you.
All right, you did it in just under 2 minutes. Well, thank you so much for your opening statements. I'll begin with you, Tyrone. You mentioned something that is quite important, the transparency of supply chain. How do you see this unfold?
So there are numerous ways that you can introduce this. One of the quickest ways is to transparentize and publicize the bid adjudication committee. So a tender goes through 3 processes. It goes through the bid specification committee, the bid evaluation committee, and then the bid adjudication committee. The one crafts a tender, the one evaluates all the competitors, and then the final committee awards. It's important that the people and public are aware of how their money is being spent.
Tumi, one of the things you talk about is the issue of housing, and you say that people have been waiting for RTP houses for quite some time. But one thing that I really want to get a sense from you, because you're also in council, maybe you might know this, does the housing list actually exist?
The housing list is just an illusion, because our people are being promised something that they are going to wait forever. In Mogale alone, there is almost 46,000 of our people waiting. They've been told that you are going to wait. Now you can just imagine how long they are going to wait for their houses. And it cost 116,000 to build an RDP. So as an EFF, we're saying we want the municipality that will speed up the rapid land release. Our people must have land. You will see the kind of houses our people are going to build once they get the land. And that part of saying, I own this piece of land, and I'm no longer going to be on the waiting list. You know, that waiting list is a mess.
I really would love to get sight of that list, but let's just hold it for just a second. We need to go for a quick breather. When we come back, I'll bring in Mr. Steenkamp and also have a conversation then with Ndate Makgatho as well, as we talk about some of the issues, the nub of the issues there. I was very interested in what Mr. Steenkamp said in terms of moral values in line with principles, if he can elaborate. Let's continue then with election time on Prime. I'll come to you, Mr. Steenkamp. One of the things that you spoke about is that you stand for Christian values, and you know, parents, in fact, who are interested in having a safe community for their children should consider the FF+. But I'd like you to talk to us about these moral values that you say must be in line with some of your principles. How do these form part of governance for the FF+?
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, we all agree that we need change. But yeah, change must take place on all levels. There's no magic wand for any political party to say we're going to change everything on the 2nd of November. First of all, definitely we have to change the attitudes of officials. They should realize that they are working for the community. The community is actually paying their salaries. They should actually start with integrity course to make sure that they do not tolerate any corruption, and that the work must be done. For the can you still hear me, ma'am?
Yes, we can. We can. Unfortunately, Mr. Steenkamp is having trouble with his connection there. Ndate Makgatho, I'll come to you. One of the things that one sees when you're looking at Mogale City, and you just, doing some research on this particular city, 0.4% of residents there do not have access to any toilets. I wonder what the plan is when it comes to those individuals.
No, thank you very much. We have provided chemical toilets in all the informal settlements. We are servicing those, toilets on monthly basis. So in actual fact, we are actually having a master plan in terms of making sure that we build, proper, toilets for our communities. So basically, from where we're seated, we do have a plan that will actually be able to respond to those issues that we have raised. And I'm just wondering, because the DA was saying that they would actually want to, improve on issues of, administration. And they've been in government for almost a year, and together with the EFF+, and then with the collaboration of the EFF, they have all failed to do all those, all those things that they are actually talking about as of now. And it is only the ANC that would have came up in 2019 to stabilize the service delivery. And I can actually safely say that the municipality is actually under good hands, in the hands of the African National Congress.
Well, Tyrone, you failed, according to Mr. Makgatho?
Well, I don't want to speak badly about the ANC because we shouldn't speak ill of the dead. But the reality of the matter is Executive Mayor Councillor Makgatho wasn't actually even in council. So I don't know where he's drawing these facts from. He only became the Executive Mayor in 2020 after the unfortunate passing of Councillor Lapudi, the previous mayor. However, when we did take over, unfortunately, we had a hostile administration that wasn't able to introduce the change we need. And also, this is why we are pleading for a 50+1% so that we can govern uninterruptedly and introduce these much-needed changes. Indeed, Councillor Steenkamp mentioned that there isn't a magic wand, and things do take time. However, there is a magic wand in terms of having the integrity to spend the people's money in a cost-effective, efficient and economical way. Government isn't actually that complicated. Money comes in, you spend it to the benefit of the people. It really is that simple.
Tumi, we are being told tonight that you're part of a failed project.
No, remember, Bongiwe, we were not in any partnership. We were not in any coalition with anyone. Our aim was to remove the ANC, to take away the purse from the ANC, because they are misusing the public purse. They are known for corruption. They are known for jobs for cash in the municipalities. The youth will attest to this, because those 32.3% of unemployed youth in Mogale, they can tell you that in Mogale City, that White House, there's a lot of corruption that is happening there. So we were not in power. We just wanted to say, let's punish these people, and maybe they will be humble. But because of their arrogance, they continued to remain the way they are, and they continue to fight back. Instead of servicing the people of Mogale, their aim was to say, we want to fight and get this power again. They are given power now. They are in power, and now they are coming here and saying, no, the DA has managed Mogale, whereas they've got many years in Mogale. They are still failing even now. Every time when they pass the budget, they have to do overdraft. You pass a budget, unfunded budget without money, then you go and borrow money so that you can fulfill what you are promising.
Mr. Makgatho, unfunded budgets, we do not speak ill of the dead. Also, you are basically failing to provide services. These are accusations from the panelists tonight who are saying that you are failing.
We are really not failing. The administration that the opposition parties are referring to have been actually, hired by them. So we have actually, inherited their own problems. However, on the budget plan, we do have a budget plan with, very clear pillars, and we are also servicing our creditors very, very well. So as you have actually indicated, if you can just look into what we are owing to rent water, we are on current, we are not owing any rent water, any cent. In terms of the ESCOM, we do, we have committed ourselves. We are actually, servicing the ESCOM very, very well, even if we have got some challenges. But I can safely say that we are actually servicing our creditors very, very well.
One can definitely give you credit for that, because we've also seen it as well as we do our research into that is what has been happening. But one thing that is very concerning that was raised here tonight, which I think you should respond to, is the issue of jobs for cash. If there's allegations of jobs for cash that are flying around in a municipality that you lead, that is in fact very concerning. Is it true?
Well, I'm not sure of that, because if there are any such allegations, there is a law enforcement that everyone can actually be able to report to that. But in a case where probably such issues would have been raised with the municipality, we are not hesitant to take action against those who have been alleged to have taken money from the poor people.
Tumi, have these cases been reported?
Yeah, no, some of them have been reported. What I'm saying, Bongiwe, is that the municipality is so corrupt that the youth, they have given up. When you know that even if you report something, nothing is going to happen. So what we are saying as the EFF, we are saying the road must be removed permanently, and the new administration must take over. And we are saying EFF, when it takes over, we are going to do the overall of the whole municipality. The administration that is talking about I don't remember anyone being fired for doing corruption in the municipality. The same administration that has been there is still the same administration. Eskom is owed 360 million, and they are talking about the commitments and the promises that they are doing to service that debt. It's not
but is that wrong, though, to say that they're making commitments to service the debt, because they have to, in order to ensure that the residents are not in the dark?
Yeah, but how did we get there? That's mismanagement. They cannot manage their affairs at the municipality. You end up owing 360 million, and then you are celebrating to saying, at least I'm making a commitment to pay. No, something must be done about that. So what you are saying is that you cannot run a municipality and then at the end of the day you incurred a lot of debts like that. And then you end up saying, no, at least we are doing something, we are committing ourselves to do so. We don't have to be at that level in the first place. So ANC in Mogale is hanging, is 38+1. They are not actually in government. The people of Mogale, they have given the ANC a warning shot in 2016. Now we are saying on the 1st of November, they must not give a warning shot. They must now aim and remove the ANC in Mogale.
We're almost out of time. I do see that Mr. Steenkamp is back, and I'd like to give him sufficient time. Mr. Steenkamp, thank you so much for coming back into this conversation. One of the things we are talking about are the high debt levels that this municipality is finding itself with. I mean, 361 million being owed to Eskom. There's also rent, water. Should the FF Plus be given a chance, what plans do you have in place to deal with this issue of the state?
Ma'am, yes, I think the government has failed us totally on management. It is just, it's almost criminal to say that you are collecting money from the end user and not paying it over to the provider. So we first of all say that definitely these monies must be ring-fenced. So to ensure that electricity is paid, Eskom is paid for what the end user have paid, and not spent on salaries and stuff like that. So definitely the money must be ring-fenced and make sure that these suppliers are paid.
All right, and in 30 seconds, Tyrone, we're almost out of time. What would the DA's plans be when it comes to jobs? Because this is something that we're seeing worrying statistics across the country. And Stats SA, of course, has given us those figures. And Mogale City is seeing quite a high number of unemployed young people.
All right, so Mogale City has massive potential. It's in a unique space where it only has a population of roughly 400,000 and an annual budget of over 3 billion. The most important thing is to localize the supply chain. Mogale expenditure should support Mogale businesses. Currently, the situation is so dire. For instance, of the 2.8 million that was spent in the month of August under the logistics section, so this is all the quotes under 30,000, only 3% went to Mogale-based businesses. So one cannot speak about upliftment, employment, empowering people when you're literally using your own supply chain as an ATM to other municipalities. All municipalities are meant to build internal capacity and be able to support their own local economy. Localizing the supply chain and the contract register is of utmost importance.
All right, I'm going to give you 10 seconds each as your closing remarks. Tumi, I'll begin with you.
Yes, we are saying as the EFF, we want a ward-based budget. Why? Because once a ward has a budget, then the community will make sure that the municipality is accountable. And we are saying when we get into that Mogale City, we are going to get rid of all this tender system that is happening. Security will be insourced, gardeners, cleaners, everyone will be insourced there.
All right. Tyrone, 10 seconds.
Thank you. The only party large enough and able to introduce the governance we also desperately need, a clean, honest, accountable government, is the DA. If we don't perform, vote us out, but we will perform, I guarantee it.
10 seconds, Ntate Makgatho.
Well, in terms of the job, we are supporting the township economy. We are also, supporting our SMMEs and making sure that we do have corporates that actually must our budget must actually be able to support. That's exactly what we are doing as of now. Even those companies that might have been coming outside, they are actually transferring the skill to our local entrepreneurs. So we urge our people to continue to have confidence in the African National Congress, as the DA, EFF, and then FF Plus have failed during their term.
Thanks so much. Mr. Steenkamp, your final thoughts, 10 seconds.
Yes, when we look around us, the decay of our towns and cities is clearly visible. Residents are overtaxed and overwhelmed. We do not receive value for our rates and taxes. The decay of municipalities hinders economic growth and job creations. No business can thrive while there is inadequate infrastructure and service delivery. We as the Freedom Front Plus stands up against these policies and offers hope for a better future with equal opportunity for all.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for your time this evening. That was the EFF's Tumi Mulosi, the FF Plus's Tjaart Steenkamp, the DA's Tyrone Gray, and the AMC's Francis Makgatho.